quality.
So we start on management tools for quality control. So in management tools for quality control, we're looking at tools if we were to manage quality or to control quality, so that all operations are within what the standards, what is expected. Because to manage, you need to have the standard expectations, which one can call targets in quality, in terms of even people attending work, in terms of shape and size of deliverables or products that the company or the project needs to produce, and to make sure that if it is services, those services are just consistent with and are also in line with the set standards. So that's why we have here quality control. So the organizations use the quality tools, those management tools, to monitor and manage quality initiatives. If you've set up some quality initiatives, you've started up something for quality, these ones will help you to monitor, because you look at them, then you go and check. What you've checked, you also check it against the standards you set. So it makes it easy for organizations to actually do what? To do the monitoring. So there are several tools which we use, one can use in monitoring, so that they use them to solve problems that can be emerging in the organization, and to also ensure that activities conform. You use the word conform, meaning they agree with what standards you have put up. So it is like having a toolbox for quality management. One of the tools is called a flow chart. Flow chart.
Chart.
Yes, from the word flow and another chart.
Chart. Flow chart.
Flow chart.
Flow chart.
Open that.
Okay.
You see, a flow chart is a chart which has an arrows flowing down or up. So that activities can be traced from the mother to its children.
Yeah. Flow chart like this.
The flow chart can look like that. Can look like that.
Flow chart. Example.
So you can be able to see which activity started first and which one came next, and then why did the other come next other than the first, other than the other one. You have the reason to give by a diagrammatic flow of those activities. Flow means like how water can flow, meaning direction. Things have got to follow. So in this flow chart, you are also used to document the workflow or the process flow. If it is a process, you can draw the step by step process which either products have got to follow. If someone is making chapati and then at some point you do not want to have cooking oil poured on the what? On the dough. We call it dough. That paste, the wheat which is made soft. It's called dough. Others call it duff, but dough. So if you want to make chapati which is baked in an oven, not the one on the frying pan, then the flowchart has to show that from making that dough and mixing all ingredients, there is nowhere there is a frying pan, but direct to the what? To the oven. So when you find that again somewhere they have put the frying pan, that is not within the process flow. It is not how the process should flow. That one you reject the product. So without this process flow, you cannot easily tell that using a flow chart. When you don't trace the process using this flow chart, you cannot tell whether things are in line or are offline in terms of processing. So those being offline are what we call bottlenecks. The squeezes, but they call them bottlenecks. Those hindrances. So you use the flow chart to tell you the changes, if there are changes that have happened and are not within the flow chart. Either if the changes are good for the better, you adjust the flow chart. If the changes are not, you tell the people to stick to the what? To the flow chart, so that quality is managed. The other tool is the check sheet. You can check where we see the check sheet. Check sheet. Yes. You use the check sheet to collect data. So a check sheet has questions. Which questions you could ask these questions on the check sheet to the human resource office, trying to find out, because quality of services and products of the project can also depend on the quality of skills of the workers behind the project. But how can we know the skills of workers? Do we go and look at what they are doing? Then you know that they don't have the skills or they have enough. Or we set questions which either employees or human resource should answer to us, the quality assurance team, so that we know that the people who are interested to do work there are doing it with the quality. So the check sheet has questions which quality assurance office has to give to the human resource to answer. You have finance office of the project. Do you have a finance manager? Yes or no? Yes. Then we go to the finance manager. Does the finance manager have training in finance? Yes or no? Then prove that the finance manager is trained, like that. That all those questions are in the check sheet, so that you're able to collect information from the various employees or even from the human resource department. And the stakeholders about the skills and the experience they receive when they are interacting with the employees of the project. So the check sheet is mostly to give us information. The check sheet gives us information which we can base on to determine whether there is quality or there is no quality. So it is advised that when you're setting check sheet, at least you don't make questions to be too many that becomes hard to analyze. You only set questions which are essential and are crucial. Okay. Somewhere you can see here an example of a check sheet which has the human resource questions. And you are checking on Monday. If, for example, you are looking at errors in the payroll, on Monday there were 2 errors. Here Tuesday 1, they made more. On Wednesday 3, then they made 1 on Tuesday, and Friday 11. Sorry, 1. These are 2 on Friday. Then the total errors they made throughout the week 9 for in the payroll. So you're able to see that they are making errors, averagely maybe 2 errors per day. So in quality assurance, you want actually to make sure that the errors are 0, or to prevent them from shooting from 3 to 5. So what you do, this check sheet can give you what is actually happening in either time use or what we call sick times, unproductive time.
It's called sick time.
So others actually extend it to call it dead time. So one is able to actually see, then, because you remember this is a tool for quality management, then later on you're able to say there is a problem in this area, let us address it, so it does not affect the quality of services rendered. Then there is also another one called the cause and effect diagram. Cause and effect diagram. Cause and effect diagram, others we call it a fish bone, like the bone of the fish. So far in the cause effect diagram, you don't know. You may be knowing about the problem, but you don't know the cause, the root cause. You may be seeing that people are not coming early to work, but then you don't know the root cause. Is it because the policy is relaxed? You see that. Is it because they are demotivated because of pay? Is it because of distance they travel? from their homes to the workplace? Or is it because of management? You don't know the cause, but you see the problem. So the cause effect diagram gives us the relationship between the cause and the results, the effect, so that we are able to identify the possible causes, brainstorm them, and then get to the root cause of the what? Of the problem, the root cause, so that it is that root cause is worked upon to prevent the problem from continuing to affect the quality. So that's why there you have a demonstration of a fish. A fish. You want to resolve the problem, so you identify the root cause. For example, here you say, why volunteers don't show up at work when the shift has been scheduled? Bone is B-O-N-E. Like the bone of the
bones. Fish bones. Why they call it fish bones, you say?
That you see the shape of the what? Of the fish bone diagram.
It's like this.
It is narrow behind the tail, then big in the middle,
and
then
strong at the same time.
Yes. Then becomes sharper at the end. So the head is the effect, then that near the tail is the cause. So then here you're finding out what is causing it to. If it is the head is rotten, then possibly the entire body could be rotten. So you see, for the cause one, this one is just finding the cause for which volunteers are not showing up at work. So here is saying the week, cause one, the week is confused weeks. They don't know whether they are supposed to come next week or this week. So you see a volunteer who is having a shift of this week, thinking that is next week. So he's waiting for next week, yet it's supposed to be this week, to have come to work this week. Oh, you are coming to the last, you are supposed to come last week. That is another. So did not put on a calendar. So the employee possibly did not have a calendar to follow, or could have been busy in other work, or had a sick child. That's the reason why the employee is not the volunteer is not turning up into the project, or the volunteer himself or herself has become sick. Then possibly the volunteer started their car to drive to the workplace and the car failed. Or something like a sick family emergency rose up. You see that? That is causing the volunteer not showing up for the scheduled shift. Then cause 2, did not receive schedule. You see that? Cause 2 did not receive a schedule. address was changed. Maybe they were working here, but next time, the other week is the same day, they are supposed to work elsewhere. So they are not seeing the volunteer the other side, but the volunteer is this side, because the schedule was changed, but the volunteer was not aware. Not mailed in time. Maybe the volunteer did not receive an email on time or in time. Can't get mails. Possibly the volunteer, they are using email to communicate, but the volunteer doesn't even have an email. Then rude employee. Below there, issue with volunteer role. There's an issue with the volunteer role. The employees are too rude. There are conflicts at work. The volunteer is not turning up. Those are issues with the volunteer's role. Then didn't understand the role. The volunteer didn't know that role. So you see the line between, that is the fishbone, between the line from the tail to the head, separating there is cause 1, cause 2, cause 3, cause 4. Causes. There's various causes. Have you seen cause 1?
Yeah.
Cause 2? Cause 3 below the fish bone.
Sick family emergencies.
Then cause 4.
With volunteer.
There are issues also with the volunteer's role, which are resulting into that effect that the volunteer does not show up
for the scheduled shift.
For the scheduled shift. So there's this one, the fishbone diagram, the cause effect diagram helps us to see what are the possible causes for what we are seeing now. So you trace back at the causes so that you create solution to these causes, so that they no longer affect the performance of a worker in the organization. So here the causes, you see the worker is forgetting. The volunteer is forgetful. The volunteer has family issues. The volunteer also doesn't have a schedule or cannot follow up the schedule, and the volunteer has issues with his or her own personal roles. So you create a solution to that so that this effect we are seeing no longer exists.
Okay, and this tool, is it effective? I mean, is it useful for us to use as managers?
Yes.
And
that if
I can apply it the same way. I apply it the same way in my work.
Yes, if the project, for example, is dealing in sales, and you see the sales which you are expecting to have, like you're expected 50 million from the project each month, but the project is making 10 million, then you start to the 10 million becomes the effect. Then the reasons why that are resulting into having 10 millions becomes the possible causes. Then you go, is it about market? Don't we have where to sell? Is it a distribution issue? We don't have vehicles to distribute. Is it a skills issue that our workers don't have the skills and the knowledge on how to sell well, you see those are possible causes. Oh, we are producing little, that's why we are selling little. So you keep on, it is a quality of what we are producing. You see that? Those are causes. Until you get to the core cause of the what? Of low sales. Then you work on that core cause, and the effect of sales being low will be, now sales will start increasing. So it can also be applied at workplace. Then which other one do we have that is there? The Pareto chart. So this is called the Pareto. It's like all other charts. But for it, charts, you have the independent variable and the dependent variable. So you have you can be having, for example, if it is sales by day, sales by days, then you're able to know which days do we sell more. Is it weekend? Is it at the beginning of the week? Within the week, you can be able to arrange. But this is called a Pareto chart because you arrange from largest to smallest. Then you know, so Tuesdays, that's the day where we struggle. So if we are to carry out promotions, let us concentrate on Tuesdays, because those are days. If Tuesday also, the sales of Tuesday also increased, then possibly our week will be they have a larger average than the previous week. So it can also be arranged in terms of defects. For example, if there are defects, you are producing bread and some bread gets burnt in the oven. You are finding how many on Tuesday, how many breads were defected. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then you start arranging from largest to smallest. Then the one that has more defects is the one where they are making many errors. Possibly if more defects are there on Friday, then maybe people are very tired. They have been working all through the week. So that means you need to intensify monitoring on Friday. Those are defects. That's what you see there as the, for example, number of defects by cracks. You see there are more cracked products than so we have cracks, we have scratches, we have dents. So products were getting more cracked according to the Pareto chart. So then that means that you can trace, you can find the solution to address those cracks. Then there is also what we call the control chart as our fifth control or quality control tool. So what a control chart does is like a scatter graph. Have you seen scatter graphs?
Scatter graph.
With dots you can plot on a chart.
Graph?
It's like a scatter graph, scatter, from the word scatter. If you are on net, you can type the word scatter graph. So there are scatter points everywhere you plot. You can see the images. That one. So that is a scatter graph. When you plot, you can see the relationship and you know how is the performance over time. As time goes on, well, how is the performance? So you can see the changes in scattered in the run time, which we call control time. For example, this one was plotting attendance by week, attendance of workers in each week. But the scatters, the points, this one went ahead to connect them.
1132, this is the
attendance
in
week 1.
Yeah, the number of employees who attended
work. Yeah.
Okay.
Then now we see that week 2 they dropped, and almost all through they did not recover. They began many, then kept on dropping. So you can now find out what could be the cause of those changes.
Yeah, it's easy.
In
day 2, in day 4.
That you expect that there is consistency all through.
Maybe because every for example, for us in Sudan, we work not like here. We work from Sunday to Thursday. So I was working as HR assistant for like 2 months or something like that.
You're working like that?
HR assistant.
Yes.
So I figured out that every Sunday.
Yes, every Sunday.
Yeah, the employees come late, like at 10 instead of 8 in the morning.
Yes.
So and I figured out that all these people are Christian. They go to church and then they come back to the work.
Oh yes.
After they praying they go for the devotion. And then they come late. So I noticed that this is because of these things. When I looked at the attendance sheet, these people are coming this time. I wasn't know that they are going to the church.
Yes.
But when
you looked at the trend,
exactly,
then you found that on Sunday, which is a worker day in Sudan.
In Sudan, yes.
It is their weekend.
The weekend and the time of praying. Yeah.
And yet
it was like that.
Your weekend is Friday and Saturday.
Yes.
It's a normal thing. In Arabic, in Islamic countries, the first day of the week is Monday.
Saturday.
Is Saturday, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's for
it's Saturday.
Because in Friday there is Juma pray for Muslims.
Yeah. That's not all of the country, Muslim country. Not all of them.
Not all of them. It depends on the system that they
are
decided
using.
to. Yeah.
What happened?
The first day of a week is on one day.
For you?
For
because is it the country Muslim 100%?
Yeah.
A Muslim country? But they are.
If you
But you are
check it,
following.
if you check it there, you're going to find like 88%.
Okay.
But the problem we was
But they are following.
we are following by French.
The calendar of the French. Yeah, the French people. Yeah, maybe this is the reason.
This is the reason you.
So Friday in your country is
They work.
They work.
And it's Islamic country at the same time.
We stop in the weekend.
That's common. So what is your weekend?
Our weekend is on Saturday and Sunday.
Same like here.
Oh.
But for me, it's Saturday and Friday.
I see. So that is that's what we call the control chart. So you can use it to control operations to see how they are figuring out. You can even plot this for sales. You can plot this for attendance. You can plot this for customer turn-ups. How many are turning up over a spread of time. Then we have the histogram. A histogram would have works like a Pareto chart. It's only that the histogram for it is not organized from large to small. For it can show you the trend, whether it has dropped in the middle or it is raising close to the end. This is a histogram. So when you see an inconsistency, like what you expect is not what the histogram is showing, then that raises a question which you need to go and find out. Collect data.
Yes.
Give an example here. If you want to analyze how are these ones receiving what? The calls. Reception of calls. Of phone calls over the issues. This is service time, this is office hours, this is cancelling, this is volunteering, then there is website address. So due to cancelling, 50.
Is that weekly?
Yes.
Or what is that figures?
These are number of calls. These are number of calls.
Yeah. And this side, 20, 40, 60, 80. What is that?
That is now the frequency. The number of calls. If, for example, this is 43. You see 43 is just above 40. Number of calls. 43. Then this is exactly 60. So there are no calls which went to above 60. So the highest was what is that? Contribution statements. So this one can able tell you why are people calling and which issue are they raising more.
Yeah.
Then you can address it.
If the customer complaining about, for example, the services or the products that you offer, it will be clear for you here.
Yes.
If you put it the part of complaining or something. So it would be for you easy to know that there is a problem in somewhere.
Yes. You can easily identify the problem that there is a problem. All these are like indicators.
Yes.
Then you can start on to find out what could be happening to solve it.
Okay.
Then this is a scatter diagram. We have already shared about a scatter diagram. It also showing the cause and effect relationship between what is happening in the organization. So you plot the two variables, one against the other, and then afterwards you can create a relationship there. So here this is like it's only that these are not connected, but the scatter diagram will also show you the trend that somewhere volunteer attendance orientation to, and then satisfaction scores. The satisfaction scores were lower here, around I think 40, 50, around 50. Okay, 50 of the employees here, corresponding to satisfaction level around 3.7. They were not satisfied. So even this scatter diagram will show you which one is preferably higher and which one is preferably lower. Still to give you ready flags. Those people in auditing can best, because this is quality control. It's like an audit control for quality.
Yeah.
An auditing of quality other than money only. Even money can be, you can plot here and you see expenditure of what on transport. Then you put here month, and then on the horizontal axis months, on the vertical axis total expenditure per month. Then you start to plot month 1, how much was the expenditure, month 2, how much was expenditure. Then you now come up and say what happened in the 4th month, where the expenditure on transport almost doubled. Then they will tell you issues almost doubled. So yes. So histograms. Good. So one needs to use one tool or more tools to make sure you come up with a better cause and effect position. But all tools don't give you the reason. They give you the effect. They don't give you the cause. They give you red flags for the what? For the effect.
Yeah.
Then you go and check to see what is causing that effect, so that you can do research. So those are the tools we can use so far. Thank you.